Okay, so this is frostbiting on the 18th. It's a nice warm day out there, and as a consequence all the snow is melting, which means a lot of water is coming down from the rivers, and along with it being peak ebb right at the moment, that made for a lot of current. That's going to be a major factor in all of the starts today especially. Really important to consider. If you want to be lined up on sort of the ley line towards the transom of the committee boat, if you're trying to get a boat end start that way, with 1 knot of current, you're going to be moving down at 100 feet per minute. So you want to be 100 feet further upwind at a minute to go than you might think. And now I've only got 3 boats in frame for the actual start here, and none of them on the line. Where is everyone? Alright, up at the windward mark, first time around. Okay, we're coming into the leeward gate here, and current's going to be a factor here as well. Again, you want to be doing like an in wide, out tight rounding, getting yourself at close hauled as you exit the mark. Not a great angle to see that from here, but you can see 25 has ended up in a much lower lane than 14 ahead of them here, so they're going to be getting some bad air in addition to having a lot longer distance to sail. Up at the windward mark for the second time around. Quick double tack from 22 here. Can be difficult to make the decision to do this because you know it's going to slow you down, but what slows you down even more is trying to luff around a mark that you're not going to quite make. .27 here, the black boat on the left. They were a little overstood. Could have borne off a little more to get closer to the boat in front of them there. On that mark rounding, put them in striking distance on the downwind. It's always a trade-off if you're a little overstood to either keep it in the bank or try to close that distance. And yeah, from here they're going to have a hard time catching up. And back down to the line, 22 is going to take the horn. Okay, a minute to the start of race number 2 here. It's a similar story to the first start. Current is still running, and everyone's sort of lined up to the right and downwind of the committee boat here. And this is a totally normal place to be in the absence of current. But yeah, surprised I didn't see anyone sort of battling their way further up current to end up really at the committee boat at the start. You see 14 just tacking with 15 seconds to go there. That's can be difficult to get your speed back in time for the start when you do that, but you can get yourself in a good position that way. And again, no one really on the line at that start, and there's tons of space right by the committee boat here. Like, there's space for a boat to get in between us and Wasabi there. So yeah, think about making use of that space. If you see that kind of current, anticipate that there might be a little gap there you can sneak into. Just be ready to get out of the way if we need to. He should go above you, but... It's come up a little higher. I mean, we can go further away from the mark if we have to. Okay, on this mark rounding, I want you to watch 22 versus the green boat behind them. You notice 22's ended up a bit of a distance off the mark there, whereas the green boat, Wasabi, 19, they've ended up in a much higher lane. I think they're actually able to stay there without getting bad air off of the capo. Yeah, you can see here by having that relatively tight mark rounding, being at close hauled as they pass that mark, 19 was able to stay in that lane, which the capo could have denied them by routing tighter. Okay, so we have a little bit of a competition on our hands here between 19 and 22. $19 can get that kite to fill. Might be able to get around the outside. Now we're going to be jibing more or less at the mark here. I guess we're in a right shift. And Wasabi, green boat on the right there, is going to have a little difficulty with the kite on the jibe here. This is one of those instances where just sail handling is going to be a make or break factor in whether you gain or lose the place. You can see that sort of backwinded spinnaker in the 4 triangle is not a quick way to make progress downwind. Yeah, slow it down a little so I can get them both in the shot. And on the foredeck here, as soon as you got that pole made, I'm going to push that pole forward to take out all of the slack in the guy, so you can start flying the chute. I did notice at the gate throughout the day, most of the fleet wanted to go to that left gate, even though the right gate I think was a little further upwind, a little favored. You could shave a little distance by going to that one. Although I think there was also less current on that right side of the course, so could be an even split there. Alright, and 14 is going to cross the line first for the horn.
You have to go up and hit that one up there. Where do you want to be?
Oh, right. Sort of on the line as close as we can get without disturbing people. Oh no, just on this end is fine. Right. Just want to be able to show where people are at the start. Yeah, this is good. Alright, so this start again is shaping up pretty similar to the last two. Got a couple of boats that are reasonably close to the line, and everyone else just sort of doing a parade across the transom of the committee boat. I shouldn't say this as someone who's often doing the race committee, but if you try to be over early, once every 10 or 15 starts, that'll be a good way of avoiding always being late. Just follow Takapo and Wasabi there. Or not Wasabi. Sorcerer. Okay, we've got a bunch of boats getting around that offset pretty close to each other. So this is going to lead to some boat-on-boat action on the downwind here. Got 25 in a good position here to get on top of the wind of the two boats in front of them. So they're hurting 27 now, not 22 yet. You see they're going nice and high just to get on top of the breeze of 22 there. And 22 is going to come up to defend their position. And you can see 27's already dropped back relative to both boats there. And yeah, 25 comes back down. They're realizing 22 is not going to let them roll to windward. And they don't want to sail off the course. It's important to keep an eye on, the rest of the boats in the race. And now we have 19 coming in from behind here as well. They're probably going to be hurting 27 in a moment. And you can see they've got some speed relative to 27 there. Okay, a little bit further down the course. Now I got 4 boats all messing with each other down here. There. At this point, way off the straight line from the top mark down to the gate. Looks like 27 is going to jibe out of here first. Ah, 16 did the best out of all that.
Wish you touched that.
She was last at the top mark, right?
Right there. 27,
27.
27.
I just said 27.
27. Over.
Is 22 over also?
I couldn't see from here.
Alright, so this start is a little more contentious than the rest of the ones we've seen today. That's what happens when the breeze fills in, I guess. So you're going to see a couple of boats get shut out here. Yeah, nowhere for 27 to go there. They just have to bail, tack out of here. And 19 could have come up, not to close the door on 14 here, but maybe push him over the line, but they give him plenty of space there. And as a result, they're going to start in their bad air.
And it has already paid for itself with drift,
Yeah.
especially with cracked screens.